We need a fuckload of shifts in our country, and we can do it right here, right now. It just comes down to a simple policy shift. All right, Australia, you ready for the solution or not? Because what I'm about to lay out, most of you have no clue what I'm talking about. Did you know that money is created out of nothing? When you go to the bank and get a mortgage or use your credit card, that money did not exist. It came out of nowhere. It was just punching numbers into a spreadsheet on a computer. When you pay that money back, it gets wiped again from the system, but guess who gets to keep the interest? Private shareholders and private bankers. That's how the system works. We used to have it in a different way. I'll get to that. I'll get to when the Commonwealth Bank of Australia was run by Denison Miller between 1910 and 1923, and he funded a mass expansion of our infrastructure. We can do it again, but first, all the firefighters want more funding. They want better infrastructure. The greenies want greener energy. The entrepreneurs that want a more robust economy. You've got communities that are disintegrating and really doing it tough. Then, of course, there's our bloody farmers. We need more water. They need more water. We've got water. It's in different areas of Australia. We need to redistribute it via networks of dams, via desalination plants. We need a fuckload of shifts in our country, and we can do it right here, right now. It just comes down to a simple policy shift. So you're ready. You're ready to actually learn this information and share it, because this is so bloody important. The activism in our country is so misguided. You're wasting your time. We've got so many pissed off Aussies in this country, and very few people are talking about returning to people's banking. We have to do it. We need to do it because we will be going through shifts in our climate, regardless if climate change is primarily driven by CO2 or sun cycles. It doesn't bloody matter. There's going to be a shift in growing regions. There's going to be shifts on our planet. Not just that, shit hits the fan all the time. We've had a nice little cozy period for the recent decades, but wars, economic collapse, diseases, what else? Solar flares. If the Carrington event, that magnitude of solar flare happens again, it's going to take out our electricity. So we need to insulate ourselves from that. What are super volcanoes, tsunamis? Who the fuck knows? Shit happens all the time. And if anything hiccups our system, we come across a speed bump, that's it. There's going to be a lot of suffering. So we need to be intelligent and wise instead of this just-in-time delivery system where food is shipped around the world according to when we need it. That is just dumb, stupid humanity. What we need to do is insulate ourselves by localizing our food systems and localizing our resource systems, or regionalizing, just effectively having stuff around us so that we're prepared when something like that does happen. It will happen. It's inevitable. It might be in our lifetime. It might not. We are going through climate shifts right now, though, and there is shifting the system. And if we adapt, we'll be fine. But if we don't, you watch the suffering. So I'm going to give you the solution for this, Australia. We've done it before. We can do it again. I don't want to hear any of the whinging about bloody left and right. This is just a simple policy shift. It's not left or right. It's got nothing to do with left or right ideology and dogma. This is simply smart, intelligent, fiscal and economic design versus stupid design. And most of you are unaware of this stuff. The media don't talk about it. The politicians don't talk about it. Hardly any of the activists talk about it. Very few people in this bloody country are talking about returning to people's banking and utilising our sovereign currency, which is called the Australian dollar, for what we fucking can. Don't be scared of this. We've done it before. Denison Miller funded a mass infrastructure expansion between 1910 and 1923. Trams and railroads and roads and plants and energy, all the rest of it. This can be done again very simply. We create money out of nothing to benefit the people and the environment, not the ultra rich. The system is scammed to enrich the rich. We need to switch that and have basically a public central bank, a people's bank, that loans the money to the government, that creates out of nothing, loans it to the government, just like they do now. They create money out of nothing every single day. Instead of all that interest, all that profit going to the private market, it goes back into communities, back to the people, and back to the environment. We need to do that immediately to shift our system, because it's not just insulating ourselves with local food, but we need to revitalise our local economies. We need to basically bring prosperity and sovereignty back to our communities. And that is done through hemp. I'm big on hemp. Stand up Australia and bring hemp online now. We can create whole nearly whole cars out of it, nearly whole houses out of it. You can make hempcrete, and there's all these other technologies, furniture, insulation, bricks, tiles, you name it. It's just like flooring, chipboard, amazing. You can make hemp plastic 10 times stronger than steel. You can replace all of our oil-based plastics, which are polluting our environment. Where are you, environmentalists? Where the fuck are you, greenies? Get on the hemp train. Replace all oil-based plastics, but we can create a hemp plastic 10 times stronger than steel. Make our cars out of it, bring back manufacturing, our boat, all our vehicles, planes, boats, bikes. This is our future. We need to relocalize our systems through hemp, and that'll create most of our resources. Further to that, more building materials, paper. We can wipe our ass with hemp. We bloody well should. We can stop deforestation in this ridiculous way that we cut down trees for paper and other things. Clothing, textiles, it is phenomenal. You can basically create, of course, medicine, right? We can actually get rid of this pharmaceutical grip on our medicine and take care of ourselves. Australia, we need to make sure that hemp comes online big time, and then we can localize our economies. We can produce most of our stuff here, in our local regional areas. And not only that, it's going to be superior products. And not only that, it's environmentally friendly. Like, it repairs soils, it draws heavy toxins from them, uses less water than cotton, way less water. It uses little to no petrochemicals, depending on what you're using it for. Basically doesn't need to be sprayed, naturally pest resistant. And by the way, did you know hemp houses are fireproof? Fucking get it through your head, guys. Like, not only are they fireproof, they're pest resistant, they're mold resistant. They're amazing. You can actually put 1600 degrees, there's a video on it, look it up, where they put a torch onto some hempcrete, and you can put your hand on the other side, it's fine. It won't burn for hours and hours. It doesn't burn. Important information we need to know right now, right? Where's the media on this one? Where's the government? Where's the greenies? Where are the activists? Hemp is the meta solution. It is the meta fix. It can reverse manipulation. It can relocalize our economies. It can fix our environment. It can bring prosperity back to our small business and all that sort of stuff. Let's do it. Yesterday. How do we fund all this infrastructure? A people's central bank. Then we build a decentralized network of public banks through all the communities, and all those banks create money out of nothing, lend it out, make profit, and then reinvest it back into their communities for whatever infrastructural needs. And not only that, we can resolve homelessness, poverty, the socio-economic crises we're going through. We can resolve all that. All this can be done. This isn't conspiracy. It's not some thing that I'm just making up in my own head. This is very, very, very real. Denison Miller done it between 1910 and 1923. And he didn't cause inflation. He created the prosperity that we all know and love here in Australia. We need to go back to this system. You're un-Australian if you don't want to understand this information. You bloody well better share it, because this is so friggin' important. The environmentalists will be happy. The entrepreneurs will be happy. The firefighters, the farmers, the sovereignites. Brings freedom. Hemp and this system will bring back the freedom that we should have. Our system's been scammed. It's a bloody corporatocracy, not a democracy. You need to wake up and understand that, and stop whinging about left or right, and understand this is simply about policy design. Good policy design versus shit policy design. We have been highly indoctrinated and propagandized as a bloody culture, as a nation, and a species, of course, as well. And it takes little guys like me on the ground to bloody inform you people of this. So share this fucking information, please. It's so important. We need to move into 2020 to 2020 clarity, 2020 vision. We need a focus. We need to focus on people's banking. We can also incorporate a blockchain type technology into it, so that it's all accountable, all transparent. It can't be scammed. And we need to redesign our systems to insulate ourselves from all the coming changes, as well as fuck these multinationals and monopolies off. We take care of it ourselves. Can we stop hating on each other as well? Like, this is ridiculous. Let's stop fighting. Hardly any of you know what you're talking about. That's just the reality of it. I've got a lot of shit that I still don't understand and will never understand. We all do. We're all bloody hypocrites. So learn to care for each other and work with each other and listen to each other, and learn to take the next step of beyond your dogmas and actually understand what the real problems are and the real solutions to them. I've mapped that out here. You've been informed. Consider yourself informed. If you reject this information, no, that's on you. That's your karma. So, That was a bit of a passionate speech. I mean it. I care about Australia. I care about our planet. I think we need to be smart and wise about how we move forward so that we can take the next step as a bloody species, truly become an advanced species, because we're not. We're babies. And these are the mechanisms to do so. So share this video, share it with the firefighters, share it with all the communities that have been decimated by these fires. Let's get water infrastructure into place. Let's get hemp systems into place, localized food systems. Let's protect ourselves. Let's have 2020 vision for 2020 and actually step in the right direction. Because if the whole fucking world grew hemp, right? If the whole world grew hemp and properly took care of themselves, then we don't need to fight each other. And we can properly take care of each other then, can't we? And then, of course, we can share our more luxurious items, do the trading and all the rest of it, but we all need to take proper care of our own needs, our foods, and our resources, most of our products. So, Merry Christmas, Australia. Let's see what you guys can do in 2020, because at the moment, you're a very confused bunch of people, and it's very sad to see. We're smarter than this. Where's the Aussie spirit? Let's bring it back online. We deserve it. We've been suckered in. We've been duped. It's time to face it, confront the fact that we've been duped, and move into sovereignty and to empowerment and to wisdom.